Alright, YouTube, it's time to briefly, trust me, talk about this Pissgate crap that's circulating on Twitter. I'll get into it. I'm getting my ass kicked by this fever. Like, the stuffiness is beginning to go away. I'm feeling a little bit better on that, and which means tomorrow I'll probably feel more or less better. Got a cold again. I got sick again. But I mean, I'm not even putting my non-comfy clothes on, like a leather or something. I'm too comfy to care. I'm too tired to care at the moment. But this is the most wild, insane shit that I've ever seen a so-called journalistic outlet actually report on. It's coming from Buzzfeed, so not necessarily known for their great journalistic integrity, you know, basically this nexus of Salon, Gawker, Buzzfeed. It's all a bunch of crap. They report on this, link in the description. I'm put it through the archive. I'm through archive.org's Wayback Machine. I'm not going to justify their crap by giving them actual page views. What they're reporting on is a multi-dozens of page document that claims, apparently what happened is they got this document from someone who claims to be MI6 or something, some British intelligence agency, fronting them documents about Trump in a years-long investigation into his various perversions and proclivities. Now, to say that it's over the top would be the understatement of the decade. It's so over the top and so unbelievable that there is not one shred of truth to it. This is a forged document. It's not coming from an intelligence agency. They are really, really skirting a defamation suit by even talking about it. BuzzFeed is at great hazard here of a major lawsuit from the Trump family. Not even necessarily just them, but it mentions the Obamas. It mentions others. Can you say, can you say slanderous material that BuzzFeed probably should have tried to verify first, maybe through a FOIA or something, instead of trying to jump the gun? But according to this, you see, BuzzFeed and similar groups have cast Trump for some time as, the next Hitler, generally corrupt individual. Won't show you his taxes because he's corrupt. Doesn't want to talk about his family stuff because he's, probably a pervert and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I can... Maybe so. Who cares? There's plenty of dirt on Clinton that's been verified as coming from actual government work, the DNC, Podesta, wherever it happens to come from, so I guess even Stevens there. This, though, claims that on multiple occasions, not just one, he hired a bunch of Russian prostitutes to perform golden showers for him. On one of these occasions, he was enraged because Michelle and Barack had slept on a bed there at the Ritz whatever in Moscow. And so he bought out the room and then hired some piss prostitutes to do golden showers on each other on that bed out of a blind rage at the fact that the Obamas, who he apparently hates with terrible bitterness, were there. So that's number one. Number two, at a different time, according to this document, believe it or not, Donald Trump supposedly got a gift of a significant amount of hentai, Japanese sort of, the tentacle porn cartoons and stuff like that. Then hired an army of prostitutes to watch it with him, so he could get off. And he was in pajamas at the time and, fiddling around. You'd have to believe he is the most perverted individual of the last century of world politics in order to believe that this is true. Now, I'll go a step further, though. Let's say it was. Let's say he did hire a bunch of prostitutes to perform golden showers for him and watch anime porn with him. Is it illegal? No? Well, then it still puts him a step above his competitor in the election, I suppose. But I just thought it was interesting that they would consider this to be newsworthy. This is yellow journalism at its finest. If you needed evidence that there was an active propaganda scheme against Trump before he takes office to denigrate his support as much as possible with as many people as possible, if you needed to see absolute proof that that's what's going on, it's this BuzzFeed article. Again, it's link in the description to the archive of it. Now, I can't talk much anymore. I had to break this. I didn't see any other videos on, the Pissgate stuff on YouTube. I'm surprised. Maybe it's literally just breaking. I didn't really pay attention to it, but certainly from today. So, according to BuzzFeed, Donald Trump has a piss fetish, a prostitutes and pajamas fetish, a hentai, a love for hentai, or hentai, or however. I don't fucking watch it, so I don't even know how it's pronounced, honestly. Last time I watched anime at all was The Slayers back in the 90s. That was pretty good. I think the voice of Brock did one of those characters, actually, the Brock from Pokemon. It's so unbelievable. They're skirting such a massive lawsuit here. Who greenlighted them to put this up? Who told them that it was a good idea to do this? My goodness. If you think that Donald Trump has released tweet storms at 4 a.m. before, I can't wait to see how he responds to this crap. Something even his most die-hard critics have to scratch their heads and wonder, oh, could this possibly be a fabrication, like these documents aren't from an official government source? You're telling me, just in parting here, that if I type something up that looks incriminating involving a politician, and I scan that document, make it look kind of, sort of official, and I front it to Buzzfeed and say, oh yeah, I'm like retired CIA, one of my contacts gave this to me, here, you should report on this. It shows how Trump has an elephant poop fetish and had 1,000 pounds of elephant shit flown into the Trump hotel so he could wallow around in it like a stuck pig or something like that. You're telling me that they would actually report on that and not even question whether it was a valid source? My goodness. That's, well, it's not journalism, number one. It's not news, number two. It's fake news. It's exactly... There's a reason why, I think it was WAPO, or was it Washington Times, like, oh, we need to retire the term fake news. Yeah, because they're starting to implicate it as the actual fake news. All of these legacy media outlets are the ones that are spinning these wild tales, not fact-checking, being so biased they get called out on social media within 10 minutes of posting something. They're the ones taking a hit. I'm not taking a hit. I'm growing in popularity. Somebody, Varg or somebody like that, Sargon. We're all growing in our capabilities to reach out to people. BuzzFeed, are they growing? I don't know. Probably not. Probably shrinking. Every time they post some crap like this, somebody else unsubscribes from their feed, unlikes them on Facebook, and unsubscribes from their YouTube channel because they're like, okay, this is just fucked up. No more of this. It's not even really work safe. It's talking about all this piss fetish stuff. And they think it's actually newsworthy. So it's pretty piss poor, pardon the pun, excuse for journalism. That's about all. Peace out.